eclectic ice pop flavors you've ever tried. I am here with my friend Jessie. She's the administrator of Hyppo, of the whole business. This is just one of their franchises, by the way. And we've got Kelly over here, and she's the district manager, right? Okay, good job. Getting there. So anyway, these guys have just opened this new store in Lauderdale by the Sea, and I live right down the street. And I had to come down because I tried their ice pops like a week ago. They came into a bar that I like to go to and brought some samples, and super amazing. So this one is actually made with cucumber, lemon, and mint. And it's so refreshing. I've never had a popsicle like it before. So I'm going to let Kelly tell us a little bit about the history of Hyppo and how it started, because it's an amazing story.
Sure. So we started our founder.
I'm really close because you won't.
Yeah,
and you have to talk loud.
Okay, I'll try to talk really loud.
The light is really bad.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Let me know.
No, it's okay. It's all good. It's all. Go ahead, Kelly.
So our founder Stephen Damari came up with the idea for the Hyppo while he was on an airplane. He was living out in Montana, and he started talking to a woman about how he wanted to start a coffee shop. And she said, "Hey, have you tried these things called coletas? You should have coletas at your coffee shop." So Stephen chatted with her a little bit. He went and found some, and then he went back to Montana and started testing out different recipes. He tried a lot of unusual flavors. Cucumber lemon mint may have actually been one of the ones he tried back then. It's one of our original flavors.
So good.
And he came back to St. Augustine. He found a little tiny retail store, probably like a quarter of the size of the store behind us, and started up. He slept in the back and made popsicles at night, and then he would come out front and sell them during the day. It was just him and some family and friends. And slowly it grew. He got his first employee, who's still with our company. He's our pop production manager. He makes these popsicles. And then it grew into 2 stores and 3 stores, and now we're at 11 Hyppo stores. And then we also have several other companies. We've got an ice cream store called Mayday, a wonderful waffle and milkshake bar called Cousteau's, and then 2 different really great coffee shops that are in St. Augustine and Gainesville. And then we've got the original, the Hyppo. So we love them. I'm eating a dragon fruit popsicle, and what I think is really cool about this is that it's actually looking a little icy right now.
Yeah.
It's very humid out right now. So the cool thing about this is we try to use locally grown fruits as much as possible. So these dragon fruit were grown in Homestead. It's a farmer that we have a relationship with.
And Homestead's in Florida.
Homestead, Florida.
Yeah.
So Homestead, Florida, like an hour from here. So we make our popsicles in St. Augustine. And the farmer will bring them up. He'll call up our pop production manager, Kyle, say, "I've got dragon fruit, I've got jackfruit, I've got whatever he's got." He brings them up. They chop up the fruit. They blend it together. They add some spices to it, maybe some seasonings, and then they freeze it, and then it becomes this delicious, beautiful ice pop. And they're fresh and delicious. There's a lot of different flavors. We've got a lot of fruit ones, and then we've also got some really tasty, creamy ones. So if you're in the mood for ice cream, we've got key lime pie, we have peanut butter pie, we just got in pumpkin cheesecake and guava cheesecake, which are like unbelievable. And you can dip them in chocolate, so like they're decadent. They are amazing. So that's a little bit about who we are and how we started. And I've got popsicles and dripping in it.
Yeah.
It's very warm out. But they're worth it. Our grand opening's tomorrow. So free popsicles all day long, 11 to 11. We're going to have giveaways, live music, coffee from Switchbox. It's going to be super fun, and everyone should come by.
Yeah.
Do you ship them?
We do. We ship them. Yeah. So if you're not close to one of our 11 Florida stores, we can send you a box of 24 pops for $100. That includes the shipping, and you can pick a lot of different flavors. You can go to our website, hyppo.com, and find out more about that.
So I had some questions on Eatisserie style, which is what were some of the problems that you may have run into in the beginning of starting the business?
Yeah, sure. So first off, Steven, our owner, was the only one making the popsicles. He was like a one-man show. He was making all of these different popsicle flavors that were amazing. He would sell out of them very quickly, and then he would spend the whole rest a day making like one flavor alone, put it out, and it would sell out in a couple hours in St. Augustine. So being able to like grow his team and grow it well, and be able to like hone in on his recipes was kind of like the very first problem of, which is a good problem to have. You're selling them and you're making them. But how do how do you continue to grow this company? And so here we are, all 8 years later, and
so sourcing your ingredients locally is a game changer. So tell me a little bit about that. How difficult was it to find the farmers? What's the process?
So, I mean, the great thing is we live in Florida, so there's a lot of great farm options. We're not always able to source locally. It doesn't happen 100% of the time, but as much as we can, we do. And over time, we've gotten to know all of these awesome people. That we have a mango farmer in Merritt Island, which is like the most northern point in the U.S. where you can grow mangoes.
Wow.
And that, again, same thing. They bring it up on trucks, and it's just been a slow process of Kyle and Steven getting to know people, and maybe we get a small batch to begin with, and then the next time around when they're in season, we get like huge truckloads of these fruits.
So you said you started 8 years ago? Is that right? And how many stores do you have now?
we have the 11 Hyppo stores, and then we have 2 coffee shops, and then a couple ice cream stores, and a waffle and milkshake bar.
Oh,
all
wow.
under the Hyppo.
Okay.
So 11 Hyppo popsicle stores. So.
Okay. And do you also sell the popsicles to grocery stores or anything like that?
We do have a good list of wholesale clients that we sell to across the country. So there's a list on our website at the hippowithay.com, and you can see all of the closest places in your city that sell them close to you. So we're in a couple Greenwise Publixes, and then smaller retail boutique grocery stores as well.
So because this is nationwide,
yes.
so people can find this. And how did the name Hyppo come about?
So the original Hyppo store was on a street in St. Augustine called Hyppolita Street. It's spelled Hypolita. So Stephen chopped it in half and added the extra P to Hyppolita, so that's where he got Hyppo from. And then the patron saint of St. Augustine is St. Augustine of Hyppo. So it's a little bit of play on words there too.
And I do have to note that St. Augustine is the oldest city or town in the country, city in the country. Yeah. It's a very cool place. I've only been there once, but it's absolutely
You should come back.
Oh, I'm coming back.
It's fun.
I want to come back. I want a tour of your facilities. I definitely want to get our people to see what you've done here, because you're a success story. And I know it must have taken a lot to get to this point.
Definitely.
Yeah. And how long when you were designing the popsicle wrappers, all that stuff, how did you go about doing that?
I think everything has really evolved. So I worked for the company a few years ago and left and did some other things and came back, and it's amazing to see how we keep shifting. Like at one point, Stephen was hand sealing every bag,
Wow.
with a little sealing thing.
Right.
And then it upgraded, and we bought a machine, a wrapping machine, and then we built a production facility. So it kind of continues to grow over time, and it's tricky. I mean, we have made a lot of great decisions, and then on occasion we make some really questionable ones where we think we won't do that again next time. We learn from, you learn from it.
Can you tell us what kind of really big challenges you've had that you were able to overcome?
Well, I mean, for us, popsicles are frozen.
Right.
So, and they're not like ice cream. Ice cream, you can lose the temperature a little bit and it just forms back into place. But with a popsicle, if you lose your form and it melts, you're done. Your popsicle's over.
Right.
So really learning how to work with dry ice and temperature and shipping and transporting, that has been one of the huge challenges for us in terms of popsicles as a business.
Do you have private transportation?
We do. We have a truck, and our driver Dana, our pop production team loads them up every week, and he drives around to all of our locations and drops off popsicles. So it's a lot of fun.
And how many employees have you grown to?
I think we're right around
120.
Wow. So you went from one guy who did it all by himself, and now there's 120 people that have jobs.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's amazing.
That's actually one of the things I really love about it is when I go into I get to go into all of our stores, and I get kids are like, they're experiencing their first job, and we're like teaching them how to work really well and interact with people. And then I think
people are making careers out of the company. Like Kyle, who started almost very shortly after Steven began the company, he still works for us, and he's such an integral part of our company. We would not be the same without him. And there's a lot of managers that have grown and started almost since the beginning that are here with us now. So it's really, really cool to see and be a part of.
Yeah, so staffing has been a big part of your company and getting the right people to work for you. Has that been difficult at all? Deciding, do you have people like wanting to work for you because you're growing and doing so well, or do you have to, how do you recruit?
We're still learning. That's actually one of our challenges, is figuring out what the best method is to recruit people. I mean, the best time is when someone knows someone, we get to meet them, or they worked in the company, and we have one manager in Sarasota and St. Pete. He started working in a pop shop, just like handing pops, talking to people, giving them a great experience. And then we needed an assistant manager, and he became our assistant manager. And he did a great job with that. He made his team really cohesive and unified. And then when we needed a manager for that area, we promoted him to manager. So I think those kind of stories are what we're hoping for, is more situations like that. But sometimes it's really challenging. Occasionally it's tough to even get people to come in for interviews on occasion.
Wow.
So, but I think that's just life and hiring to some
Business.
Yeah.
And have you run into any issues with licensing, or kind of do you have to call the popsicles? You have to give them names, right?
We do.
So what's up with that?
Yes, we have to be careful with our names. Yeah, we're rolling out some new popsicles, and we're just thinking very carefully about names. Yeah, there are some things that we've run into where we had actually a long discussion about a popsicle the other day that we had thought of a name, and then some people were like, I don't know if that's the best name, and so we talked about it as a team and found a new name that really worked for it and really took everyone's opinion into consideration, and
Hold on a second.
yeah, made it work.
How about neighborhood popsicle drivers for kids?
Oh, like old school ice cream?
Yes.
Yeah.
Steven is a big dreamer and loves the entrepreneurial side of the business, and he's very creative, and so we often in our office will spitfire things that we think would be really, really fun to have, and that's one of those things that we daydream a lot about, is being able to bring like the nostalgic old school ice cream idea back. I know it kind of had like a downward connotation about it for a while, but we're like, how cool would it be with like, we have such a fun company and our branding, and we could play really fun music, and so we have a couple of fun ideas that maybe later on down the line we'll be able to do. But we're talking about doing a popsicle ATM in one of our cities, so being able to offer an ATM is kind of like the middle ground, one step closer to the idea of a truck. But we have some really, really fun ideas that are creative and kind of out of the box that hopefully we'll be able to roll out soon.
Well, I think that's why your business is doing so well, is because it's so creative. Don't you have like beaks in your popsicles, and you got some really weird ingredients? I mean, the cucumber alone, I've never had a cucumber popsicle, but I'll tell you what, people, cucumber popsicle is my new favorite.
So
seriously.
good. Yeah, we've had some very, very interesting flavor combinations over the years. I think probably the most interesting one since I've worked for the company was a brown sugar pineapple ham popsicle, and there were pieces of brown sugar cured ham in the popsicle. We were not fans, but everyone in Tampa, we sent it to our Tampa stores. They loved it.
Wow.
So yes, we will try anything once, maybe not twice, but
I think we also tried to make a durian popsicle. Durian's like this notoriously smelly fruit, and so our team had it like in the back for maybe a couple of weeks until it got to its like strong, smelliest point, and then they made a popsicle of it, hoping, because it's a really amazing fruit, and so they're really like, this is gonna be amazing, and it was not. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. So yeah.
So do you have like a test kitchen or something where you do all of this?
Yeah. We're the taste testers.
yeah, we're the unofficial taste testers. Yeah, our pop production manager has like really been able to grow his palate, and so he's really amazing at being able to know what fruits and vegetables and spices and herbs would pair well together. So he's growing a lot and being a little bit more creative than in years past. But whenever there's a new pop out, we'll bring it to our managers' meetings, and all of our managers will get to try it, and then we get to put in our feedback. And Steven is also a super taster, we like to call him. So he can taste something and be like, ooh, this needs a little bit more lime or a little bit more salt. So it's really fun. But yeah, our office is the unofficial taste testing kitchen for the Hyppo, for sure.
We're actually, we're about to roll out a really great new popsicle. We just did our first triple popsicle, so it's called the Phoenix. And it's got a raspberry layer, a mango layer, and a banana coconut layer. You guys have to try one. It's incredible. So you get to eat 3 popsicles in one, which is great. And then, so they just perfected that one. That's one they've been trying to do, and they just figured out how to do it. It's much more time intensive. And then we're also about to release our newest popsicle called Pop and Bottles, where we bought a bottle of Cristal champagne, and it's a Cristal mango pop. So that should hopefully it'll be in this store in Lauderdale by the Sea, and it should be in our Hyde Park store within the next few weeks. So hopefully we'll have it this weekend. If not, it'll be coming soon, and you can look for it here. It'll be a little bit more expensive because it's Cristal champagne, but totally worth it. We ate one of those at our manager meeting, and it was so good.
We all shared one.
We shared one. Everyone takes a bite.
Right.
But it was
We're working on a 12-layer pop. Yeah. I don't know what 12 layers it will have. The first round came out more tie-dye than layered, so
that sounds nice.
yeah, it looked really fun.
Yeah.
But so we have a little bit more work to do on that.
Well, so the popsicles are also pretty, so that's another thing that when you sell them, do you color code them? How do you tell where to put them?
That's a great question.
Well, what we tried, that actually is really up to our managers and to our staff. So we really train them, look at your case and make it as beautiful as possible. I go in and that's part of what I do, and I'm like, okay, let's get some color here and let's move this here, because some of our most delicious popsicles might be brown, like our chocolate sea salt, but those really pop when they're next to our dragon fruit, and then you're really looking at all the different types of popsicles you can try. But there's nothing added, so the color that you see in the popsicle, that's the color of the fruit. So the dragon fruit I was holding is a bright fuchsia purple, and that's because we get these great red dragon fruits, and they're that color naturally. So we don't add no additives, no colors,
That's my
no
question.
preservatives.
What is the shelf life?
We don't do any of that.
What's the shelf?
Yeah, how long do they last? What's their shelf life?
If they're kept in a freezer, we always say -10 is the sweet spot. If they can stay in a temp that's -10, they could last anywhere up to a year, is what we recommend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So as long as they're frozen, they're good to go for quite some time.
And they must be actually healthy because they're organic. Did you say that, or?
So we use organic fruits when we can, but we don't always, as much as we can, we use them.
Right.
And a lot of the farmers we're working with are using organic methods that are organic.
Okay.
So they're not
But they're all natural.
all natural,
They're
fresh fruit.
Yeah, no dyes.
Is there sugar in them too? The cane sugar.
We use evaporated cane sugar, so it's the least processed form of sugar.
Right, that's
but we do have a small line of pops. We call them our juice pops. They're labeled with a green logo on the stick, so they're differentiated. But we use apple juice concentrate for the sweetener, so the only sugar, there's still sugar in it, but the sugar is coming from the naturally occurring sugar in the fruits. So there's still sugar in all of them, but the majority of the sugar that's in them is from the natural sugar.
So in your marketing efforts, what do you do to get new customers?
We have a lot of different tactics, especially with new stores like this. Our biggest thing is just getting people in the door, getting to try our pops. They're amazing. So as soon as someone comes in and they're like, popsicles, I'm not sure, but then they try it, they're like, that is the best popsicle I've ever had. So things like their grand openings where we come in and it's like, we're like Oprah, where we're like, you get a pop and you get a pop. So it's free popsicles all day. just to try and introduce people to the brand. But we really try and get rooted in the communities that we're in. So finding other organizations that are like-minded, that we can partner with. We do a lot of work with different charities and organizations as well. So anything that we can do where they're a good fit and they're a great company, we will work something out and get our name out there.
That's a great idea. So one more question. I understand some of your popsicles have alcohol in it. You already talked about the Cristal, but there's more, right?
There are a few
Tell
more.
us a little bit about that and how can you sell popsicles with alcohol in it?
I actually did a lot of research about this.
Oh, good. Okay.
I've read the Florida state statutes. It
Okay.
is not exciting, but so basically, if you have less than 0.5% alcohol in your popsicle or in your confection, it's considered non-alcoholic. So we have one called Bourbon Peach. Anyone can have it. It just has a little bit of bourbon in there for flavoring, the same way that you would use vanilla for flavoring in a cake or in something else. It's in such a small quantity. So we also found out that we can up our alcohol content a little bit within the state law, and as long as we ID them. So that's what we're doing. We bumped it up a little bit to like a 2%. So it's still it's enough to really get the flavor and the experience, but you can still safely drive it home. You will not have any sort of a problem. You'd have to eat a lot of popsicles to have any sort of effects. So, but you really get the flavor and the deliciousness. So like, there's a blueberry grapefruit gin, and I'm a huge gin fan. So it really has like the juniper flavors and you get the blueberry and the grapefruit. So it's like you're enjoying a cocktail, but it's in a popsicle form. You're having fresh fruit and still get all the flavor from it. So yeah, you can come in. They're $4.75. They're a little bit more expensive because they have alcohol. We have a sangria plum. We have a blueberry grapefruit gin, and we have Riesling pear, which is delightful. And then hopefully we should have this avocados.
That's very cool because you're catering to the whole family. Mom and Dad can have a popsicle drink, and the kids can have their. So do you have anything special for kids too?
We do.
For the kids?
We have a smaller popsicle that's our kids pop, and we carry it. They rotate out flavors that we usually have: chocolate sea salt, strawberry, straight up strawberry, and mango. We'll rotate through, but they're just a little bit smaller, so they're a little bit more kid-friendly size.
What about a popsicle?
What's that?
Popsicle.
Popsicle. Oh, what about dogs?
Oh, for dogs?
You got dog food? Popsicles?
We don't have any. We have thought about it, but we don't have any yet. We're slowly expanding our offerings out, but none yet.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that.
Well, we're right next door to Diamonds and Doggies.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that might
exactly.
need to happen.
So we'll see what happens with that. You'll have to partner with them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they bring their pups over every once in a while.
Well, Jessie and Kelly, thank you so much. You gave us some really great information. I'll be back tomorrow. I want to talk to
Sounds good.
Steve
Great.
and get some good information from him too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So,
It's fun.
yeah.
Thanks.
Bye from me,